And now, 6 Sports presents the Dean Trailways 5th Quarter.
Tyler picked the audio tonight. You should even thank him for the new tunes. Well, after some time off, our high school basketball teams have gotten back in the groove of their conference schedule. Thanks for tuning in to the first Dean Trailways 5th quarter of 2026. I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Tyler Driesinga. Our big game of the week tonight features 2 of the top 3 teams in the CAAC Blue and Girls Hoops. DeWitt is atop the conference, but Holt welcomed in rival East Lansing in a battle for second place.
And this was the first game of the season between the 2 teams. Tough news for East Lansing as their top 2 leading scorers were out tonight with the flu. That did not stop the Trojans from making this a game. Sophomore Nia Wright puts in the work down low to make it a 4-point game. Holt standout guard Olivia Gadsden, she's going to pull out the old hop, skip, and a do to keep the Rams in front.
I was hoping we would leave that phrase in 2025.
Nope, never. It would be East Lansing, though, taking the 2-point lead into halftime thanks to plays like this from freshman Lila Johnson. And the 2 teams would continue to go back and forth in the second half. Another freshman for East Lansing, Olivia Adarqua, goes to the hoop hard, growing the Trojan lead. Holt, though, took control in the 4th quarter. Victoria Palmer drops a dime to Maya Barker. Then it would be Barker threading the needle to Grace Goddard. Holt outscored East Lansing 14-3 in the 4th quarter and went on to win 47-35 thanks to some big-time defense.
I thought we had a nice defensive effort. We struggled a little bit on offense, but a lot of that had to do with East Lansing. They're a really good defensive team. They're not a big team, but they're super athletic, and she does a great job of teaching them their defense philosophy.
What's it like knowing you are the go-to player down the stretch for this team?
I always love when they have their best player on me and they have to lock me up, That gives me confidence myself.
Before the girls' game, the Holt and East Lansing boys squared off. The Trojans are the #1 team in the state right now. Holt's Brandon Mercer wanted to show the Rams weren't scared. He buries a 3 on the first possession of the game to give Holt the lead. But the Trojans answer right back. KJ Torbert reins in a 3 of his own, sparking a 10-0 Trojan run to take control. Holt, though, stays in the fight. Check out the nifty finish from Kavion Wilson inside. Cut it to a 5-point game in the 2nd quarter. Final minute of the first half, off a baseline out of bounds, it's Torbert knocking in another one from long range. The Trojans stay unbeaten with a 61-47 win over Holt.
They have a big game tomorrow. They're taking on Rockford, who's #2 in the state, and we're going to have those highlights tomorrow night at 11. That should be a good one. So while the East Lansing boys are the top team in the area, one of the, if not the top girls basketball team in the area is Hazlitt.
Yeah, the Vikings have started 5-0 this season, and for more on their game, we bring in our Sharian McBrew.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Hazlitt made it all the way to the regional championship game last season. And with many key players returning this season, the Vikings sit atop of the CAAC Red and we're taking on rival Williamston tonight. These 2 teams last met in the district title game last season, and Hazlitt jumped out to the early lead. Then, to open the scoring in the 2nd quarter, junior Avery Hanna finds the loose ball and gets the layup to go. That puts Hazlitt up 7. Later in the quarter, Williamston junior Ava Mock scores off a nice feed from Stella Ockley, who cut the deficit lead to 11. Hazlitt lead to 11 in the 2nd half now. Caitlin Johnson goes right through the defense and grows the Vikings lead. Hazlitt rose to a 56-36 win over Williamston. And Waverly on the road taking on Okemos. Zadeja Scott thinks about passing, but she's going to pull up and buries the triple to give Waverly the early lead. Still in the first, Jakayla Williams gets the pick, and she gets the floater to go. Waverly started this game on a 7-0 run, but the Wolves started to claw back off the fast break. Addie McCarthy gets the outlet pass, and she gets the easy bucket to cut the deficit to 5. Next possession, Eden Tandick looking for teammates, but says never mind. She's going to knock down the 10-foot jumper, cutting the deficit to 3. And in the second quarter, Okemos finds Isabella Zazula, who drains the 3 as Okemos escapes with a 54-51 win over Waverly.
Switching back to the boys, down in Jackson tonight, Manchester was on the road taking on Grass Lake as the Warriors were going for their first win of the season. The Flying Dutchman would get off to a fast start in this one. Gavin Horkey finds Wesley Earhart for the easy finish, part of an early 12-0 run for Manchester. Late in the first quarter, Grass Lake's Evan Matthews drives baseline, hits Braden Gilbert for the and-one finish, cutting the lead to 10, but in the second quarter, it was all Manchester. Justin Gale finds an open Brendan Woods under the hoop for the layup, extending the lead. And with 5 seconds to go, Horkey hits Michael Nowitzki, and he's going to knock down the buzzer-beating 3. Manchester wins a big one on the road, 62-28.
Well, last season, Hazlitt ended Williamson's season in the district title game tonight. The Hornets and Vikings faced off for the first time this season. And the top 2 teams of the CAAC Reds, St. John's and Lansing Eastern, facing off tonight. Those highlights and much more when the Dean Trailways 5th quarter returns.
Welcome back to the Dean Trailways fifth quarter. On the boys' side of the CAAC Red, teams are bunched up as we come back from Christmas break.
Yeah, entering play tonight, Mason, Williamston, Lansing Eastern, and St. John's were all 2-1 in league play. The Quakers and Red Wings met head-to-head tonight.
That's right. Lansing Eastern picked up a close victory over Kalamazoo Phoenix on Monday, and St. John's came in on a 4-game winning streak. Right away, it was the big fella putting in work for the Quakers. 6'3" junior Ian Curtis with the scoop and the score. Lansing Eastern would keep the lead going early thanks to big-time shots like this from Raul Romero. St. John's would settle into this game. Hunter Kinkama with a great pass to a cutting Miles Jones brings the Red Wings within 1. Later in the first quarter, though, Isaiah Canty open in the corner. He is going to connect on the triple. Lansing Eastern goes on to win this one 54-51 and remains in first place in the Red.
Another battle in the CAAC Red, Fowlerville taking on Mason. Third quarter, Fowlerville's Dylan Soley pulls up and he knocks down the deep three, but the Gladiators are still down 13. Mason responds right back as Lakin Johnson drives, gives it off to Grayson Bayer, who gets it to go off the glass. Mason up 15. Still in the third, Sam Schrader jumps the lane, and even with the defense draped on him, gets the pretty reverse layup to go. Fowler down 12. Later, Landon Ashleman, he drives inside, gets the bucket and the foul. Fowlerville still down 12. Off the inbound, Luke Goss pulls up and he buries the triple for Mason. Bulldogs up 17. Late in the third, Johnson pushing the pace, gonna shake up his defender, gets the bucket and one. Mason cruises to the 70-38 win.
Staying in the Red, rivals Williamston and Hazlitt clash at the home of the Vikings right out of the gate. Tommy Pratt gets the layup to go, gives the Hornets the early lead. Hazlitt did respond. Brogan Ide gets the jumper to drop, helps the Vikings lead after the first quarter. Williamston would then go on a run in the second quarter. Brett Palmer on the fast break ties things up. And how about Jacob Martin connecting on the triple and Zachary Kaluza doing the exact same thing. He would hit a three to help the Hornets take a 12-point lead into the break. Hazlitt would come back in the third quarter as freshman Titan Tillett makes this a 1-point game. The Vikings took the lead and Williamston had that comeback gene in them. Palmer is good on the triple to make this a 2-point game in the fourth. Hazlitt kept hanging in there though. Tillett, long two, makes it a 1-point game, but key free throws down the stretch would help Williamston take down Hazlitt tonight 44-40.
Down in Jackson, the Vikings are out to a 5-2 start under first-year head coach Phil Thompson. First half, they get out in transition, and Jacob Worthy lays it up and in. Jackson was up 20-16 at the break, but the Vikings absolutely dominated the third quarter. 2 minutes in, Jaden Ross pulls down the tip ball inside, throws it out to Trey Pierce for three. What was really working for Jackson in the third was its full-court press. Berkeley Drummond swipes the inbounds pass, and Lorenzo Rogers gets the bucket and the foul. Then another Pinckney turnover leads to a run out for Pierce. Jackson was on a 16-0 run at that point. It would be a 20-0 run before Pinckney stopped the bleeding. The big third quarter put this one away, and in the fourth, Nasir Legrand cuts to the hoop, gets a nice finish to go. Jackson wins it 53-34, and Coach Thompson says the dedication of this group has helped them get out to such a strong start.
I'm riding my guys. I mean, I've gotten to know them really well. We had a great summer season, fall season, and since tryouts, they've been committed. So as long as they're committed, I can coach, right? They make my X's and O's look good.
What are you most impressed with about this group so far?
Their fire, their resilience. Look, we were down 16 in the third quarter at Adrian. They came back and won that game. So we're never out of it, and I think as long as they fight like that, we've got a good shot in this conference.
They got quite the team down in J-Town. That's it for our basketball highlights tonight. When we come back, we're going to shift our focus to some high school girls wrestling.
Yeah, Fowlerville was hosting over 300 female wrestlers tonight, one of the biggest meets in the state. We'll show you some of the highlights after the break. Plus, the Michigan State hockey team resumed Big Ten play tonight at Ohio State. Could they keep pace in a tight Big Ten race? Find out when the Dean Trailways fifth quarter returns.
Well, tonight, some of the best girl wrestlers from across the state of Michigan converged on Fowlerville High School for the Fowlerville Gladiatrix Wrestling Meet. Over 300 girls were competing today in one of the largest girls tournaments in the state of Michigan. Plainwell girls took home the team win with 130 points, with Fowlerville finishing in second with 124 points and a few pins on the day as well. The Panthers from DeWitt finished in third, and quite a few pins from them, picking up some crucial points in the process. The Raiders of Portland took home 5th place in the meet, pushing their strength on full display. 45 teams competed in front of a sellout crowd, with some teams coming from as far as over 2 hours, making some of the best physicality out there, even including some fifth quarter basketball.
Yeah, well, speaking of physicality, over on the ice, it's been over a month since the Michigan State hockey team has played a Big Ten conference game, and the Spartans finally jumped back into league play tonight.
Yeah, the Spartans are on the road this weekend at Ohio State, looking to keep pace in the most competitive conference in America. Michigan, MSU, and Wisconsin are ranked 1, 2, and 3 in the nation in the latest poll. Can you count that high?
No.
Early on, Caden Lindstrom finds Anthony Romani in front. He shoots and scores his 5th goal in the team's last 4 games. Good things came in pairs for MSU tonight. Just 7 seconds later, Porter Martone is all alone in front, fires it in. He had a pair of goals and a pair of assists tonight. Third period, a 5-on-3 power play for the Spartans, and they find Charlie Stramel in front, and he had a pair of goals tonight.
Jeez.
MSU up 5-2 and still not done. Riker Lee with the spinorama in front of the net. Nothing new here, just another highlight reel goal from the Wizard. MSU wins 6-2 as a 4-goal first period set the tone for their return to Big Ten play.
So we'll wrap up.
Really liked our start. I thought we executed at a high level, right? I thought we were ready to go, and that sequence, I don't know if we scored 3 goals in maybe 40 seconds, right? So it's high execution there. I thought in the second, we took some penalties, and it's hard to get into a rhythm, and they're a good team, right? They're not going to roll over, and I thought Trey had to be really good for us, and then I thought we got back to our game in the third.
Well, you may notice there's just 3 of us. Kara is missing. That's because she was at the Indiana game tonight, and she is one happy Hoosier grad. Indiana beat Oregon 56-22 in the college football playoff semifinals. We got Miami, Indiana.
I got Indiana.
I think Indiana's going to
win
by
a lot next week.
Well, let's go Hurricanes.
Oh, go Hoosiers. Have a good one.